So I've had a few questions on how to do some things inside of Google Classroom. And so I just wanted to go over some just etiquettes that you can save yourself some time on so that it would make your life a little bit easier. So the first thing is I'm sure by now you have your classroom set up, you have your tabs, and you understand how some of these tabs work. So I'm just going to go through some things real quickly, again, to save us time. If you need to just provide some information to your students, use the stream page. If you're not actually posting an assignment and you're not actually giving them course materials, but you're just wanting them to know something, do this on the stream page. And you just click here and you'll be able to do that very easily. And once you do that, you will be able to, of course, as always, choose your classes you want to make this announcement to, and if you want to make it to all of the students in that class. Okay, so very, very easy to do. So you can select the particular students. As always, too, you can add attachments. So you click the add, you can add it directly from your Google Drive or a file or a YouTube video. Again, if you're just wanting them to see something. And once you start typing something here, you can schedule this post. So again, use that schedule feature when you want to do something at a very particular time. And so once I click schedule, I can schedule it for a date and a time by clicking the drop down and of course just typing in here and then click schedule. It will schedule that for me and I will see that post here once it is time for that to happen. So you won't see it actually post. If you want to see that post, like maybe you need to make an edit, you click the drop down here, and then you will be able to click here and you will be able to edit that post. Okay. If you don't want that post to go out anymore, it's very easy. Click the trash can, it's gone. Okay. So again, I would use the schedule feature, especially if you're using Google Classroom and uploading stuff at random times like 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., 7 o'clock, and it's not something that you want students to see right away. Use that schedule feature. All right, on the classwork, it is very similar. Just going to walk you through some things that you can do there. So there are options here. I highly, highly suggest that when you do create assignments, that first you will create topics with those assignments. So let's say that this is my physical science class and we're talking about Newton's laws. So Newton's laws assignment 1. Okay, and then when I come here, I can actually add a topic called Newton's laws and then hit enter. And it is there. Okay, and so now that Newton's laws is part of my assignment, I would suggest not messing with points. Points don't matter because Google Classroom will grade stuff and try to calculate things for students and that kind of thing in the grade book. Don't even worry yourself with that. Leave the point value alone. It's not going to change anything. All right. You can create a Google Doc from here and make your assignment directly from within the assignment portal, or you can just add something that you've already created using the Google Drive feature, link, file, YouTube, as always. Okay. Once you are done adding, and you can add multiple things, so I'm going to just show you that real quickly. So I can add from my Google Drive because I want to show you a feature that is available. All right, so if I go to my Drive, and let's see, and I find an assignment, so I add that assignment. Once I click add, I see it here. Now there are some very important features that you need to be aware of here when you're adding an assignment. If you want each student to have their own copy so that they can edit, you have to do the drop down and select that. If I assign this right now as students can view file, I will not be able to come back to this particular assignment and make that change. This has to be done before I click assign. Once I click assign and I have one of these two options chosen, student can view file or students can edit file, I will not be able to come back and make this as an option. Okay, so you have to choose this option before you click assign. It's very important that you are aware of that. So if I do click assign right now, I won't be able to come back and edit this particular assignment. I'll have to recreate my assignment and then choose this as the drop down. All right, let's say I need to add something else. I can add a YouTube video. And I'm just going to pick something here very quickly. I can add a video, and then in my instructions I can tell them what to do. Okay, watch video and do the assignment. All right, again, make a copy for each student, and then each student will get their own copy of this, and they won't have to request edit access, and they won't have to go to the assignment, do file, make a copy, and have their own copy. What's great about this, it goes ahead and does that for the student so that it's there for them to edit. Okay, once I'm done, again, I would highly suggest that you schedule this to happen. Okay, and then click schedule. I'm going to go ahead and just assign it so that it goes in there. And then once it's here, you'll see that I have a tab now that says Newton's Laws. What's great is anything I create from here on out, when I go to create assignment, I actually have that as a topic to tag it with. Okay, so I can say assignment 2. I'm not going to put anything in there. We already went over that. I click assign, and it goes in there automatically. And when I create a different assignment, let's say it's gas laws, I can come here, I can create topic, and I can click assign. Once it assigns that, you'll see I have 2 different ones here. What's great about this, I can click this and I can move it down. So if I want to reorganize this and say, hey, I want Newton's Laws on top and then gas laws, I want the students to kind of see this in a stream, I can do that. I can move them up and move them down. What you can't do is you can't just like grab it and drag it, I don't think. Let me add a third one just to see if we can do that. That used to be a feature that was not available, but it might actually be now. It looks like it is. All right, so let's say chemistry assignment 1, assign. You may be able to easily drag and drop these. So looks like you can just organize them however you want to do that. So you just hold click on these topics and you can put them anywhere you want in the stream. Okay, that way when they come, you know where to put it. If I need to put an assignment in a particular part, I can do that as well. So let's say I create an assignment and I forget to tag it, I can just drag it right in there and I can actually put it where I want it to go. Okay, I let go, and now everything is nicely in a topic. What you can't do is you can't organize the topics over here. Okay, so whatever they are here is how they appear here. Okay, all right. One other thing that you can do is if students are commenting and you don't want them to, if you click the settings like I just did, right here it says students can post and comment. I can say students can only comment or only teachers can post or comment. That way they're not filling up that stream board with nonsense. So I can change it that students only comment. That way once I make a post as a teacher, they can comment on my post. Or I can choose only teachers can post and comment to lock them completely out of making those comments on my post. Okay. All right. You can do this right here, classwork on the stream, show condensed notification, hide notification, show attachments and details. I like the show attachments and details on the stream, and I'll show you why. I'm going to click save. When I go to the stream now, it gives me the information on these. Okay, so it lets me know what's happening. So you'll see, I can see all the information on the stream, okay, and so can the students. So when the students come to the stream, they'll be able to see all the information instead of just a very condensed version. Now, of course, they could click on classwork and just go there, and 99% of the time, this is where students are going to come. Okay. All right. The grades, guys, don't worry so much about this grade book. Of course, you want to give feedback here and you want to tell students how they're doing. I can come here, I can view submissions of students. So if I come here, I actually created an assignment with that student, I can view their submission. And what's great is if you have multiple assignments, you can click the next button. Okay. You can type in a grade here and you can type in a private comment. Okay. You can also come here and look at comment bank. Okay. And what happens, let me go through this. All right. What happens once you go to comment bank, it would show you how you've been commenting back and forth with that student on that file that they submitted. Okay. But what I would say is this is where you're pretty much going to be. Okay. I'd have to type in a grade before I can return it. Okay. So if you want to return it to the students, they have to actually put a grade in there. You can also add a private comment that only they can see about what maybe they need to do to improve. And then this drop down, as always, you can return multiple submissions or you can return just this submission. So if the student has returned more than one file or more than one assignment, you can return all of them at one time. And again, if I have multiple students, I can just click this drop down and then I can actually find my students that way. And you can use these tabs based on status, first name. Status would be whether it's returned, submitted, or not submitted, those kind of things. And then I can return it. Once I've done all the things I want to do, I can post that. And then I can return this to my students. Okay, I click return, and now that has been returned to the student. Okay, I can go back by just Xing out, and then I'll see that it is here. Now, you will get this status for each student. It will be not turned in, it will be submitted, it will be returned to student. Those are the options, or not returned to student. Those are the options that you will see here. Okay, there's 4 different things that you could see. Either the student hasn't turned in any work, they've either submitted work and you have not returned it, or you have returned it to the student. Okay. All right, so once you have kind of learned that, you can do it a different way. So that was one way to grade the classwork. You can just click on the classwork itself. And right here where it says assigned and turned in, you can click on either one of those and it will take you here, and then you can click on the student to see their assignments. Okay, that is another way that you can check that. If you have questions regarding how to grade some of the student work, then just let me know and I will definitely walk you through that. But I just wanted to go over some basic details that maybe you have missed, or maybe you thought you knew and you weren't quite so sure, maybe you just were not aware of. If you have questions, again, please email me, please ask your questions. I will be more than happy to show you how to use Google Classroom a little bit more in detail. Thank you.